So, do you guys remember? You guys remember Bad Baby? Apparently, Bad Baby is in the news. Man, do you know these old girls or so that like they catch me outside? The girl that she thinks she's black. What other? I know there's one other famous girl, but I don't remember her name though. But apparently Bad Baby is back in the news, but not for what you guys think it is. And of course, our friend Maury has the tidbit news on the information itself. But let's go take a look, shall we? You're gonna love this, chat. You're gonna love this.
For the main topic of this video, it seems as though that Bad Baby is out here also crashing out as well. According to Twitter page Say Cheese, they uploaded a picture of Bad Baby along with a caption saying, "Y'all think I condone this? I don't. I get on her every time she posts lies about people, but unfortunately, I can't control what another human being does with their phone." And she's talking about her mother. Apparently, Bad Baby was seen on video, of which I'm gonna show now, slapping the hell out of her, assaulting her and all that, because apparently she was wilding out and calling people racial slurs, of which, well, you'll see. She also says, "This is her calling my best friend who passed last year a dead," and I quote, "racist remark," unquote, ... Bad Baby. And here's the video. And disclaimer, I do not condone punching, slapping, or jumping your mother for any particular reason. Like, I don't think assault, unless she's out here trying to injure you first, maybe this is not the approach you want to take. But then again, everybody's relationship with their parents are different, so alas. So yeah, obviously Bad Baby snuck up behind her mom, I guess smacked her on the head, and then the mom turned around, started defending herself or whatever, and then, you know, they started tussling and the dogs are barking in the background, and it's just a whole complete chaotic mess. And then the mom throws out the cliche, I raised you, and this, that, and the third, and, you know, typical mama-daughter drunken ghetto babble when they get into arguments. But be that as it may, apparently, according to Bad Baby, she had to do this because she said, "My mom calls black people monkeys," and I smacked the out of her for calling my deceased friend a dead monkey. I all want to see the video. She also followed up by saying, "The amount of times this lady purposely and put me in harm's way, and y'all mad about a smack? She let me get molested by her boyfriend Justin." Oh my god, that's quite an accusation.
Yikes.
And at Frank Delato for 3 years, both times. Nobody say play with me if you want to. Okay, so she's definitely crashing now. Allegations are being thrown around, and now she's accusing of her mom being complicit in some guy by the name of Frank Delato molesting her when obviously she was a minor. And as you can see here, I am now on the Instagram page of Frank Delato. Here's what he looks like. Here's his latest video from 2018. I mean, that's a long ass time ago. Somebody said, "You a kid toucher," like, you know, this shit's crazy, like, you know. And upon further inspection, I just went to YouTube to search in Frank Delato, and it seems as though that Frank is actually the bodyguard she had back when she was 14. So this would have been I don't know, 6 years ago or whatever. He was 33 back then and she was 14. And actually, I just tried to get to Frank Delato's page from Google, because if you type in Frank Delato, right, his page will pop up at the top. But here, as I clicked on it, the page is gone. So obviously he deactivated. There is currently a Reddit thread on r/canceled pod. Somebody posted saying, "Who is Frank Delato?" Saw this posted elsewhere in regards to Daniel Bergoli going off on her mom, and then they linked the screenshot of the post of the real page of Frank Delato. And as you can see, he actually had photos up there, he had content, and it's just kind of strange how as soon as Daniel Bergoli calls this man, I don't know, like, was he touching on her, was he not? I mean, the behavior in this video that I'm seeing right now between Daniel Bergoli, have a real father at home, your mom's worried about other things, and, you know, you're living a life lifestyle that has you all over the place. Anything is possible, you know. She said recently around this time, or when she was around 16, she was at Soulja Boy's house as a minor, clearly insinuating that they had sexual activity. You know, she's also out in this situation with her and her bodyguard Frank Delato allegedly having had sexual activity around that time too. So I just find that very odd. Obviously we know what deactivation means. It means like you don't know how to defend yourself. I don't like, bro, you could have made a simple post like, and she's accusing of molesting her. So Frank Delato, step up to the front of the congregation, defend yourself, because Bhad Bhabie's like one of the most influential, and I hate to say that, but one of the most influential young women in the world. Millions of people follow her. She has mad influence. So bruh, defend yourself. She also said Barbara Bergoli, which I assume is her mom, is known at all Palm Beach County police stations for filing false police reports. And listen, man, I just want to reiterate again, I do not condone anybody beating up their mother, assaulting or punching or slapping their mother for any reason. That is,
yeah, it still doesn't give an excuse or so for you to hit your mom, you know, at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you may not like her and shit like that, right? But there's no excuse for you to use physical violence, you know, to solve everything. It doesn't solve anything. It just straight up doesn't solve nothing, you know?
just a line you probably shouldn't cross unless you're defending yourself. Of course, if your mom's coming at you with a fucking gun, a knife, or coming to punch you in the face and she won't stop, retaliate, defend yourself. Course. Do what you gotta do to shut that shit down. Because at that point, if she's coming to assault you, she probably doesn't care about you like that. But listen, man, she's accusing her mom of being racist. Listen, I don't condone racism of any sort, demeaning, oppressing, discriminating against others.
Well, look. Remember, right? Your parents grew up in a specific time frame, right? Where this is like common shit, okay? Her mom is probably like super old, okay? Everyone's parents grew up in a specific time frame where things were different back then, okay? All right, racism was a common thing back then, you know? Compare like, well, there's still racism now, but it's not like a super heavy compared to like super olden days, right? Like your grandparents, your grandparents, your mom, you know, your great grandparents, you know, they grew up in a different time frame where, you know, racism was like the norm or so, you know, where people called each other names, they called other races, you know, racist remarks and shit. It's just something that's super common. It's something that they'll never forget and never let go. So that's just how it is, you know. Like for me, an example, right? I grew up in a time where the whole, you know, the only thing there's only like, you know, you people say like, oh, there's multiple genders, you know. A lot of people say like, oh no, there's more genders than just two, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the only thing that I know from the LGBT stuff is lesbians, gays, and bisexuals. Those are the only thing that I knew about like the whole LGB stuff, you know. And then they added the LGBT for trans, but that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I know, and that's what I grew up with. So for like almost for like forever, you know.
Their ethnic or racial groups just because of their skin color, their genetics, their phenotypes, where they come from, etc., like that's weird. But then again, we do live in a society where people are incredibly racist, and I don't think racism will ever go away. And this is not relegated to one specific group or another. Like this, everybody's racist. I'm not, and I'm sure a lot of people like myself are not. But when I say everybody, I'm talking about every ethnic or racial group out there you can possibly think of has negative thoughts about the other. Unfortunately, I've tried to deny this my entire life. I wanted to see the best in people. I wanted to believe that most human beings could just see each other as fellow human beings instead of just like other people of a different group who I don't relate to.
Unfortunately, not everybody thinks the same way, you know. It's just the environment where they grew up, you know. Depends how their parents raised them and everything.
Look like or feel any connection to. Although we're all Earthians, like we're all on this planet, we're hominids, we're mammals, we're all living creatures on a big blue ball spinning thousands of miles around on its axis around the sun, in the solar system, in our galaxy. And how if we all realize that we're all in this together, literally if an asteroid comes hurtling down to the planet, we would all die together, that could somehow bring us together closer. But No, I've come to realize that most people cannot see the forest for the trees. We're so stuck on minute, little, insignificant details that divide us and inevitably causes war instead of looking at the bigger picture and trying to expand and advance as a human race. Anyway, though, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about this. It just pains me to see that the relationship between children and their parents nowadays is just so toxic. It's incohesive, lacking of love, mutual.
Who knows how it is between them personally? I don't know. Personally, I don't know how it is, you know, with these two. You know, it could have been pretty bad. It could be good. I don't know. I don't fucking know, to be honest, at the end of the day. But it's kind of weird to be, you know, solving, you know, just smacking your mom basically, you know, is to basically solve the problem. You know, it doesn't solve anything. You're just making it worse. And then also the worst part about it is that she can basically file her daughter for assault because she's the one that started it first. And it's caught on camera. So that makes it even worse for Bhad Bhabie. But who knows if there's going to be an update on this? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, but... Anyways. Yeah, I just kind of want to watch this because, man, I haven't heard Bhad Bhabie in a long time. But, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. It just doesn't solve anything. It straight up doesn't solve anything. I'm like, just, you know, if your mom is being disrespectful, just let her be disrespectful. I think at this point, like, I don't think she has any feelings towards her mom, unless she does for some apparent reason. If she did all of this bad stuff, my question is like, how old is she now? Let's take a look real quick. Let me see. So if she's 21, then she should be probably just living on her own if she doesn't actually like... If she doesn't like her mom, you know? I'm just saying. I assume she's still living with her because the way how this is right here in the video. At least from the look of it, from her outfit anyways. Looks like she's wearing shorts and a shirt, basically. So this looks like she's living with her. I just don't understand. Like, if you have this much bad blood with each other, right? With specifically each other, then you shouldn't be living with her, period. You should just be moving out and go live on your own. But, who knows? What do I know, right? What do I know? Anyways, that's the end of the video. And, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And, peace.